Whew. This feels very reminiscent of videos I would have filmed a few years ago when I just needed to talk to you and I didn't know what I was gonna say. I knew kind of the path that I wanted it to take, but I just speak from the heart and brain dump all over you, so I appreciate you listening. I have been thinking a lot lately about stopping and being okay with that, and it's been very difficult. So what I mean is allowing myself time to just be without feeling like I am defined by my to-do list or feeling like I need to be busy or hustling or tired for the sake of whatever it is I'm trying to achieve. I feel like I'm getting a real aversion to those words: busy, hustle, tired. And I believe that many of you will be able to relate to this because I see it in our group, I see it online, my girlfriends and I talk about it, my mom. I understand that this might sound bizarre, but this is the first time that I've allowed myself to sit and stop and be and just sit with whatever it is that's going on with me in years. And I didn't see this coming. If you've watched my videos for years, maybe you did see this coming, but I didn't. I only took 3 weeks off after Jeremy passed away, and I just went headstrong into work and survival, 100% survival. And it's only been in the last month that I've stopped, and it can be a really scary place to be. And I don't mean I've stopped working. I still work, I still put up videos, but what I mean is I'm no longer subconsciously filling every single day from the minute I wake up till the minute I finally pass out. And it's really scary, but it's necessary. I realized that I need more time to just sit and allow my body to heal and my heart and my body and my mind to align. Going through what I have, honestly, this is the first time that I've allowed myself to accept how much I've been through and how hard it was and continues to be. And a lot of that comes from so many wonderful people reading my book and acknowledging how hard it's been for me. But, you know, I went back to work right away. A few months later, I went back on the radio, and then just busy, like subconsciously busy to fill my time. And I think I used busy as a bit of a numbing, and I don't regret it, and I still enjoy being productive, and I still enjoy achieving and being successful and moving forward and everything that I do, but it's just been different lately. In stopping, I have really been going through a surge of grief, and I recognize that it's necessary, but it sucks. It's so hard. you know, I wrote the book for a year and a half, and that filled so much of my time. And I was on the radio for however long I was at that station. And when I left in October, it wasn't planned. It totally caught me off guard in one phone call. And then that happened, and then I was just full steam ahead into the book and trying to figure out how I was going to make up for that lost income. And then I got incredibly sick, and then the book came out, and then I got sick again, and here we are. And once I got sick that second time, I was like, okay, you need to just stop. And that's what has been the catalyst, I think, for what's happening with me right now. And although I have stopped, I still am doing the same amount of stuff. I'm just doing it in a much more like focused way. And then when I say have finished my work for the day, I'm not filling that time. I'm allowing myself to sit and just decompress and sit with Thomas, and just no longer feeling like I have to constantly be moving. And I'm hoping that some of you can relate to this. Someone posted last night online that this is just a chapter, it's not the entire story, and I found that very comforting, because I think it's quite easy to get caught up in like, this is just gonna be this way forever. And that is suffocating, to think that it's hard now and it's always going to be incredibly hard. So to remind myself and to remind you that this is just a chapter, it's not your whole story, to me that was very helpful. I have also been thinking a lot about like, this is temporary, nothing's forever. That idea of, if it's not gonna matter in 5 years, try not to give it more than 5 minutes of your time. And while my grief will still matter in 5 years, a lot of the things that have been upsetting won't. And that's really comforting. Even if I still give it more than 5 minutes, it's nice to have that comforting thought. I wanted to film this today to be honest and open, and also to hopefully give you some comfort in knowing that if you're also going through a tough chapter, that you're not alone. It is okay. And I think how I look at it is, I have to go through this to get to the next amazing section of my story, the next amazing chapter. After Jeremy died, I was very mindful of allowing myself to grieve, and I always talk about feeling the feels, and that's just what I'm doing now. Allowing myself to feel the feels. It is incredibly important to feel what you're going through and allow yourself to feel it, because if you don't, the grief will manifest. She's a real bitch, and she will not be suppressed and pushed away. She will come out in physical illness. She will come out in bad life choices. She will come out in, you know, a change in your personality and anger and lashing out. And I don't want that. So I'm trying to be as like present and mindful and purposeful with my grief. But a big, tough thing to swallow that I have realized, grief isn't something that I can just do. So I'm a doer, I'm a planner. I like to, you know, have a to-do list, and it makes me feel really good. I've always been that way, I love it. But I can't just put grief on my to-do list. There's like no steps to it. There's no like 1 through 50 and then you're cured. And that's hard, because when you're feeling the feels and you're feeling like you're doing everything you're supposed to, and it still knocks you down, that's really hard. But again, I believe that I am going through this section of it to get to the next. And I can already see, you know, beautiful, bountiful, joyous life. And that makes this worth it. I don't want to hold on to stuff, and I don't want to have it prevent me from a beautiful life. I hope it's helpful and you can relate. If you can you comment below? Share this with someone that maybe can relate to it. The stopping is hard because you don't want to accept it sometimes, but I think that I am finding growth and beauty in the stopping. I have no idea where it's gonna take me or what the next step is, and I am learning to accept that. So that's it for today. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.